Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we are discussing 2 for Tea, which originally premiered on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, March 21st, and is currently available to stream on Hallmark Plus. Hey, you should be following us on Instagram, where we're Girls Gone Hallmark. There are late-breaking announcements happening there all the time, including the announcement that just dropped over the weekend that we have added yet another non-Hallmark series to our rotation. And no one is more surprised than yours truly.
I'm sorry. I get the harebrained ideas sometimes.
You know, you should know that I've been talking about Downton Abbey for years. I've loved that show. I loved that show since I had to check out the DVDs from the library in order to watch past seasons. And Wendy has always been a hater.
Shocking. I know.
So we're watching Count of Monte Cristo, which you may or may not know, but our reviews begin this Thursday. It's already started streaming on PBS. And then Wendy saw a preview for the Forsytes and said, should we do this? And we're doing it.
It just looked so beautiful. Like it just drew me. I don't even know what it was even about, but I just thought, look how pretty that looks. Let's review that. Should we?
And people said yes, so here we are. So The Forsytes is also, it started Sunday night on PBS. It's available for free on pbs.org and the PBS app, as is The Count of Monte Cristo. The free episodes are only available for about 2 weeks, so you want to watch them shortly after the episode airs. But the PBS Passport app does have them for a longer window of time. So Count of Monte Cristo is 8 episodes. Those reviews will drop here on Girls Gone Hallmark on Thursdays. The Forsytes is 6 episodes, and those reviews will drop on Fridays.
We hope. No.
Oh, no.
It's happening. It's just...
We're committed.
We have such a kind of crazy, busy spring. And so you guys should have we were just trying to plan out the schedule. I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing this. We're doing this.
The Way Home premieres in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So we will have 5-episode weeks coming up here.
Yay! Back to the old days where we're crashing out.
It's like the holidays around here.
Yeah.
The nice thing is 4 of those episodes are series, and so they're half the length of a movie.
Correct.
So.
Correct.
It's the little things around here, y'all.
Hey, we'd love to hear from you. So send us your emails if you have thoughts on any of our reviews or any of the movies or series we're watching. We would love for you to email us, hello@girlsgonehallmark.com. I'm sure we will have a mailbag episode in the very near future.
That's right. Let's hear a synopsis for 2 for Tea.
T is a Chinese-American pottery artist who meets new community center handyman Will. As she learns about her family's traditions through art, can she and Will save the center from closure?
2 for Tea is directed by Michael Robison, marking his 94th directing credit. His Hallmark resume includes Adventures in Love and Birding, An Unexpected Valentine, and a novel Noel, and he recently directed The Stars Between Us.
Matt Johnson gets the story credit here. He's a 2-time Emmy Award-winning showrunner, executive producer, and writer with a really interesting background that includes projects like Cat and Kitten Bowl, Wheel of Fortune, and Jeopardy!
The teleplay is credited to Matt Johnson, Justine Wenzel Chang, and Betsy Morris. Justine has a couple of Hallmark-adjacent credits, including A Big Fat Family Christmas and Gymnastics Academy, A Second Chance. Betsy Morris is one of our Hallmark faves with writing credits on Villa Amore, Guiding Emily, and To All a Good Night, just to name a few.
Yeah, I was kind of annoyed because Betsy Morris wasn't named originally as being one of the writers on this until I saw her, credit on the screen. I was like, Betsy Morris.
There she is.
We're in good hands.
That's right.
Janel Parrish stars as T. This marks her 58th acting credit. We most recently saw her during the holiday season in Christmas on Duty.
Chris McNally co-stars as Will. He's known for his work on When Calls the Heart, Holiday Crashers, and Tip Line Mysteries, Dial 1 for Murder.
David Kay appears as Cousin Theo. With 89 acting credits, we've seen David on Hallmark before in A Royal Montana Christmas and Christmas Under the Lights.
Lillian Lim appears as Mom Leanne, and she's no stranger to Hallmark. She appeared in Deck the Halls on Cherry Lane, Holidays, and Heart of the Matter.
Alex McIsaac plays daughter Natalie. This is her 5th acting credit, and she recently appeared in 8 episodes of the latest season of When Calls the Heart as Gwendolyn.
Tahina Awan plays Carmen. She has 7 prior acting credits, including a Hallmark appearance in the 2024 film One Bad Apple, a Hannah Swenson mystery.
Okay, are you ready for this? Gary Chalk plays Harry with a staggering 449 acting credits. It might be the most I've ever seen.
Absolutely. How is that even possible?
I don't know. He has a ton of projects, but for Hallmark, he was recently in Confessions of a Christmas Letter in 2024.
Beth Featheringham appears as Georgina with credits spanning both rom-coms and thrillers, including Food for the Heart and When Mom Becomes a Murderer.
Enid Ray Adams plays community center manager Liz with 80 acting credits. She has previously appeared on Hallmark in movies like Holiday Road and Campfire Christmas.
Daniel Bacon plays gallery owner Ken. You might recognize Daniel from last year's smash hit Merry Christmas Ted Cooper, as well as Blind Date Book Club from 2024. Let's take a quick break and we will come right back with our first impressions. Hey, Wendy, what's your first impression of Two for Tea?
After her Christmas movie, I had notes, but Two for Tea, consider this my formal apology to Janel Parrish.
My first impression is I'm convinced someone said the brand name Tease Pots and backward engineered a story to go with it.
Perhaps.
Let's talk what we liked.
I liked that it wasn't your typical Hallmark miscommunication. T and Will just liked each other out loud, consistently. No number 2 guy lurking in the shadows, nothing like that. They were just people who like caught feelings for each other and enjoyed each other.
They're just super normal.
Super normal.
And even when she gets like a little bit like, oh, he didn't tell me he had a dad, Theo's like, in the one conversation with you, he didn't reveal everything about himself. And it like fully redirects her. She's like, yeah, I don't know why I'm upset.
Theo,
and then they move on.
Cousin Theo is super grounding in this in this movie. He's like such a great grounding
force.
Yeah, for T, who is spinning out over dumb stuff.
Yeah. I loved T and Leanne's relationship in this movie.
No, so nice.
Like, first of all, I loved the character of Leanne. Lillian Lim delivers in her performance.
Agree.
When she speaks to her cousin, I cried. It's so touching, that scene. Like, you could just feel these like childhood emotions like, coming through. Like, she finally gets that back. But I just really like the relationship that T and Leanne have. There's a lot of mutual respect. There's a lot of support. You said the romance isn't typical for Hallmark, and the mother-daughter relationship isn't typical. Leanne meddles in kind of a fun way.
Yeah.
But not in a she needs to learn her place way. Like, oh, she reorganizes the jewelry in the shop and she cleans things up. But the only thing she really does is she suggests that Will, like, oh, she's down the street, go find her, like that situation. But it's just lovely and nice and normal, and they support each other and do things to help each other out. And it's really nice.
It is, because I think we get the stereotypical mother-daughter, adult mother-daughter relationships where there is like friction or annoyance.
Yeah.
It's nice to see adults, mother and daughters, getting along.
Yes.
I love the inclusion of Mandarin and Chinese cultural elements. I thought it added so much depth to this movie. It wasn't like a checkbox. It felt personal. I thought it was refreshing.
Well, in our review of Count de Monte Cristo that will come out in a couple of days, we talk about how that series takes place in France, but there's no French. And of course, the argument is like, it's for an English-speaking audience, so we hear them speaking English. But I think the inclusion of even bits and pieces of the language like they used here, this movie was made for an English-speaking audience, but it grounds it in its place.
Yes.
And furthers the cultural relevance, cultural narrative by using those bits and pieces without apologizing for it.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. This movie had a lot of stories going on. But for me, it works. Sometimes in the past it'd be like, oh, a Hallmark movie with all these like B, C, D storylines that are like working against it. But I thought here everything kind of worked together in like a really nice layered way. We have T's artistic journey. I hate that word, but you know what I mean. Her cultural connection, the romance with Will, the community center, her mom's backstory. None of it for me felt like too much. I just thought it coexisted nicely. Like people live these very layered lives and all these things can happen like at one time and they don't need to like fight against each other.
Yeah. I honestly felt like maybe I should be bothered by that number of storylines. When I was sitting here trying to come up with what I wished for, I was like, well, there's kind of a lot going on. But like you, it worked. It was layered and it was real life. We're dealing with all of these people have a lot going on. Yeah. That's just the way life goes. And you and I are very familiar with that.
Yeah.
To your point about the inclusion of Mandarin, I liked the inclusion of a musical artist. There's music from the artist. The name is spelled Xie. I would not begin to know how to pronounce that, but she's from Hong Kong. That's great. Let's do that. I heard the song. I Shazammed it.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Let's talk about Will and T for a second. I loved their chemistry. I thought this is what I really liked, and it might be a controversial take. I liked watching Will pursue T.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the stage of life of where I'm at or just the modern day we live in. Like, I just don't feel like we see that anymore. Like a very like kind of traditional, like clocking her that she liked ice cream or that he set up the lanterns in the thing or whatever, that.
I brought the Lantern Festival to you.
Yeah, I know. I just like that he pursued her. He liked her. It wasn't creepy in any way.
No. I really loved the character of Will. The I brought the Lantern Festival to you was one of my favorite lines, but also when they meet and he's like, I'm just a real guy having a great day. It's just sweet and flirty and those butterfly moments that were just real fun. I also loved when Will's like, I saw a bumper sticker that said, if my music is too loud, you're just too old. And I related really strongly to that moment.
If I can just piggyback on that some of the dialogue in this movie was so good.
Yeah.
When they make a Tim Allen Home Improvement reference, I laughed out loud. Cousin Leo's like, no, I wasn't eating a Pop-Tart. Like, I thought that was so funny. When Theo holds up 2 outfits for T and he's like, do you want to be hopelessly devoted to you, Sandy? Or you're the one I want, Sandy? I thought that was so funny. Will tells T at one point, like, you're wearing the heck out of a red dress. I was like swoony. Like, there was just really good dialogue, like very modern, contemporary dialogue.
Sure.
I liked it. One last thing that I liked, you may hate this, the community center storyline, classic Hallmark, but it hit for me because I do think like we live in a day where like community really matters and we need spaces for everybody to feel comfortable in, and there's not enough of them.
Yes.
It felt important. It wasn't just a plot device. I really enjoyed it. It made me just think about things. Like I wish we had more of that.
I fully agree with you. The community center piece hit for me for the exact same reasons. Like we are losing these spaces for people to just be. We've lost them in a lot of ways. And for me, it felt so idyllic to have this place to go where there were other people to just be around. Mm-hmm. And we have the woman who's always reading and she just feels happy to just be there and read among her friends. And I just, look, I know the like save the this or save the that is the Hallmark trope of them all.
Right.
But I did want them to save this community center. And they did sell me on the fact that it was filling a need.
Yeah.
So
agree.
I have 3 little likes that I just want to run down. 1, Chris McNally has beautiful skin.
Oh.
2, the pottery studio had beautiful lighting. And 3, the red dress worn by T to the art gallery was a stunner.
Loved it. Loved it too. I loved it too. I have just one more tiny one. I I thought that one, it was a small scene and it could have been like a nothing scene, but T and Will's ex-wife just being like, we're cool. Like just normalizing. Everything is like, there needs to be no weird tension, no kind of competition, nothing. Great stuff.
Let's talk wishes.
How many freaking hours are in a Hallmark day?
Oh, yeah.
Let me present my evidence to the jury. Here I may. T and Will are in the same outfits at multiple locations, and it's supposed to be one day. I'm like, what is happening here? They're at the community center. They're at the shop. She's back in class. They go have ice cream. Then they go to the farmer's market. Like it's... What is happening?
Yes.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
And then I noticed, this is a kind of, did you see that? But it goes back into it. At the top of the movie, T's wearing like a really cute white t-shirt and denim overall with like a scarf. She's wearing that same exact outfit like at the end of the movie in one scene too. It's just,
Yeah. I don't have a lot of wishes. I did think this was like a little bit of a slow burn, although I kind of liked it. I have one issue with the character of Will.
What? That
And
is
it's
not motivated?
Yes.
I'm chill, bro.
Look, when he is talking to T and he basically outs himself as being like not motivated, he says like, oh, as long as my bills are paid. It did give me the ick a little bit.
Same.
Now, I got over it. And I don't think he behaves that way going forward. I don't think his actions support that narrative. Because he is working hard. He's hustling. He's starting his own business.
Right.
I think it's okay to not want to be the CEO of a corporation. But I felt like what he was saying was like, I just want to barely get by. Like, I want to work to live, not live to work. I just think, you and I are in this phase of life where when someone's like, I go with the flow, you're like, well, that means someone else is the flow.
Yeah.
And so it rubbed me a little bit the wrong way.
I totally feel you.
Okay.
And I think it's a mismatch if like you're with somebody who is driven, right?
Yes.
Because then you're like dragging this person along like, hey, I need you to operate at my level. Or vice versa.
And like I said, I also don't think that narrative matched his actions because he's starting this business.
Yeah.
That's great. Like you love to build things and fix things and make things and be this person. That's great. You don't need to have aspirations for that to be a multinational corporation. But I do think you do need to accept that life is long. Retirement is a real thing.
Yeah.
You have a child.
Right.
The flying by the seat of your pants and, hoping you have money to keep the lights on is not the only goal.
Yes.
Okay.
Agree. Totally agree. I do have a few more wishes.
Okay.
I thought the community center stuff was a little wobbly. You find out you're closing, you're still hosting this open house.
That makes no sense. Like the day before you close.
And you're collecting signups without even knowing if you're going to stay open. What is happening here?
No, make no sense.
Our synopsis is so much about like T's art journey, and it's a whiff in this, I feel like.
Yeah, I could have used more of that.
I think so too. And because I thought it was really interesting that she was, that this gallery owner is like, you need to put yourself more into your art and whatever. And I actually did like a lot at the end where he's like, it's a no for me, but this is why.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes perfect sense too.
Totally.
Like I thought all that stuff was kind of great. I did for a minute. I was like, is it weird that she is like replicating this traditional art? Is there
where's
like
the line?
Yeah.
The copyright situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it the method? That's a good question.
But I enjoyed all that stuff. I thought that stuff was cool.
I really want to take a ceramics class.
Do you? You guys, we're needle pointing here. We're ceramic
That's
making.
it. So far, needle pointing is all we're doing.
Or maybe revisiting painting.
Maybe stay tuned. Yeah, they have like a 4-week class at my community center. Yes.
Fun.
I want to do it.
I always have like visions, like, when like it just, when they're doing it and it goes, whoop.
Yeah.
I was like, that would be me all
Yeah,
the
of
time.
course,
And
of
I would be like,
course.
I'm done. I'm not starting over again.
That's why I like a class situation. Like you show up, they tell you what to do. I would never be like, I'm going to go to the pottery studio and throw a pot. It would be like you follow the directions and then you leave and someone else handles all that.
Also, I don't know if my back can take like sitting over
It's good point.
the
Good
wheel or
point. I
whatever.
am
it's
suffering
called.
a needlepoint related shoulder strain.
Then get yourself a heating pad and an ice pack.
Like, is Bravo doing that, promoting their
know.
other franchises?
I'm going to have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super annoying. I was like, I get that you guys are promoting Hope Valley right now, but my goodness gracious, like enough. Also, Will at the Lantern Festival thing that he set up, he is using a boombox. Are we playing music on the radio or a cassette tape? What's happening here? A boombox?
A whole boombox.
A boombox. There's no CD player in it. It was like a cassette tape boombox.
It wasn't one that looked like a boombox and happened to be a Bluetooth speaker. Interesting.
T's mom showing up with balloons at the end, because I don't know if you caught it. Like T has this whole conversation with Will about how her mom always like showed up with signs and balloons to like support her. And then in that very last scene where Will's showing that T's pots are going to be on display, Leanne is there with like her own. There's balloons all over their room that are like for the community center, but Leanne has her own set
That's
of
adorable.
balloons. And I'm like, this is sending me. My last thing is did you see that ish? The slow dance tutorial between Will and his daughter. I loved very much, but let's be honest, middle schoolers and high schoolers are not slow dancing at dances.
Well, okay, two things. One, if you don't have a tween or a teen, breaking news, no more slow songs.
Never.
And two, what Will and T were teaching was far more sophisticated than any, like, people are just, there's no actual dance.
They're not in
holds.
frame.
They're
or
not
anything.
in frame.
Yeah,
no.
exactly. They're like Frankenstein arms. you know.
Yes.
But I thought it was sweet.
Additionally, the handwriting on the to-do list and the handwriting on the try me note
What was happening there?
don't match.
She's giving me the don't say it, Wendy. But it was the bubble over the eyes that I was like, who wrote this?
Yes.
What child wrote this? What teenager wrote this?
I know. Yeah, okay. Send your emails to Wendy. My point is the handwriting, the samples don't match. The try me sign and the to-do list, not the same person. At the art gallery, Theo brings T a Cosmo, and she's like,
Love this line.
"This is a little dated." He's like, "Early millennium is back in fashion, and you cannot tell me that it is a mistake that at that very moment, Janel Parrish is rocking my very favorite hairstyle trend that I miss so very much, and that is the mini poof." I'm demonstrating it for Wendy.
I didn't notice, but what I did clock, first of all, a Cosmo is delicious. I don't care if it's 2026. I will gladly order one.
Yes.
So good. And I think mid-90s is back right now, not early millennial.
I would agree with that. But I thought it was funny because my daughter and I have been watching Gilmore Girls, and there's a scene where Suki has like a real aggressive poof. My daughter's like, "What's going on with her hair?" I'm like, "Oh, that was the look. I miss the poof so much. It was my best look. I've never had a better."
Do it. I want to see on Midlife Besties TikTok.
You should be following us. We are at Megan and Wendy, and I am publishing at a rapid pace over there.
I need to see the poof. Over there.
Okay, we're gonna do a poof. I'm bringing it back.
Do it.
Additionally, the movie poster features a ghost movie like pottery sequence that does not exist in the movie. They never do pottery together. Real missed opportunity. Although it would have been 3 movies so far this year featuring that type of scene.
But the poster's really cute, though.
Adorable. It's my favorite of the year so far. We have a couple. Did you see that? It's from listener Wayne.
Yes, tell me.
Wayne says, when Will gets the handyman job, the director of the community center, Liz, tells him the job is only as needed, as if there isn't much work, and then proceeds to tell him there's a huge list of tasks he needs to get on.
With a bubble dot over an I.
Is that her to-do list? No, that's his to-do list.
I think it's her to-do list.
No, because it's like set up website and all that, like order business cards.
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
Finally, Wayne says the scene when Will is talking with his daughter in his apartment, his daughter Natalie goes to screw a cover to a light switch on the wall and then proceeds to run the drill for like 20 seconds while he says, good, good. All I kept thinking was, how long is that screw? I actually thought the same thing.
That's funny. That
It
scene
should have
was
been like,
fair, but that scene was real cute when he's like, you have to do this.
yeah.
And she does it. I just thought that was real adorable. I can't knock. Me notoriously don't like children in movies. I thought this girl was so cute.
Really sweet.
So cute.
Hey, what'd you rate 2 for tea?
I give it 4.5 stars.
Me too.
I really liked it.
Me too. Me too. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark. If you love this podcast, friends, we love your 5-star ratings and reviews. You can drop them in the Apple Podcast app, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.